Triple E EDC back again with another knife sale. So I've got a big sale for you guys today. Really excited about this one. This knife sales are one way that I bring money back into the channel to do a lot of the giveaways that I do, and also just a way to keep the knives flowing so I can go ahead and do more and more reviews. So this is actually probably the biggest knife sale I've ever done, and so we've got about 20 items here for you. These right here are actually not for sale. What's going to happen is, what I'm going to do is, for each knife that someone buys, I am going to do a giveaway just for the people who buy knives from this knife sale. So there's 20 knives. For each knife you buy, you get one entry. So if you buy multiple knives, you get multiple entries. And usually, if you buy multiple knives, I'll also cut you a deal, on those knives. But let me go ahead and go over some of the rules. By the way, the winner of the giveaway is going to win one of these two knives, not both. If they want the Civivi Elementum fixed blade, this is the knife, Civivi Elementum fixed blade. That's going to be one of the knives for the giveaway. The other is this Kershaw Strata XL, which is a massive blade. Really cool offering from Kershaw. It's kind of like Kershaw's becoming, it's Kershaw's version of the cold steel Espada, essentially. That's what it feels like anyway. But it's really cool. It's nice and light. It actually fits well in the pocket. And check out that tiny pocket clip, and it really works. On this knife, I thought it was going to be too tiny. It really works. In any event, I'll get into individual reviews of those knives another time. Let's go ahead and talk about the knife sale. So first of all, guys, I have my Patreon link below. I'm not going to mention my Patreon 50 times like I did the last knife sale. Sorry about that, guys. I guess doing videos late at night, you sometimes forget things or ramble on. So in any event, I'm just going to mention it once here. I have 3 different tiers, and they're $5, $10, and $25, and they get you 5, 10, or 15% off the knives. Why is that important? Because many of the knives I'm going to show you here today are $200+. Some of them are $500+. And so what does that mean? That means that a 10% off can get you $50 off a knife. Pretty good considering that the prices, I think, are also pretty fair. Some of them are even great for, most of them are pretty good, but some of them are great for some of these knives. And so take an already great price, throw on a discount. If you're a Patreon member, then great. And you can join as part of, the transaction for the sale, meaning if you say you want to buy the knife and then you join, I'll give you the discount. So also, I'll mention that if you do join, you also get the benefit of the giveaway knife for the month. Every month I do a giveaway for the Patreons, just for the Patreons. And this month you get to choose between a ZT0990 and a Mini Crooked River from Benchmade. So those are the 2 choices. You get one of those 2 if you win the Patreon giveaway. So again, these are if you win the giveaway for the for buying a knife, and then you get a Patreon giveaway too. So lots of giveaways going on, and I'm also going to be doing the drawing shortly for the other giveaway I got. So a couple of rules, ground rules, and sorry guys, I know I'm 3 minutes in and still talking. Some of the ground rules for these, though, just so you guys know, is you have to email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com in order to claim a knife. Do not drop something in the comments that does not count as claiming a knife. Please email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com to claim a knife. The way I work is a full price offer gets the knife automatically. I will take offers on the knives, that don't meet the original price. But just be aware, if someone comes behind you and gives me a full price offer, they automatically get the knife. So that is the way I work it. Otherwise, if we agree on a price, then I will honor that price, even if somebody comes in behind after we already have a deal. So, and one more note is I'm going to be without email from about Friday night to Saturday night. So, if you're catching me at that time, you are going to miss that. All right. So let's go ahead and check out the first knife. The first knife is a Para 3. This does not look like a normal Para 3. This is a Para 3 with skinny scales. I believe these are from Sharp Dressed Knives, I think. Pretty sure. I'm not the first owner on these. But this is in excellent condition. And this looks very different for a couple of reasons. Number one is the scales. These are G10 scales. These are actually pretty rough G10 scales, as you can sort of hear from here. But they give great texture, fantastic texture on these. And I do have the original scales, which will come with it. These scales, I think, by themselves were like $109. At least that's what I'm told. And then you've got the Spyderco K390 on here. So this is K390. These K390 ones I think were pretty sought after. So getting this on here with the sharp dress knife scales is going to get you a good deal. But then to go further, we've got this regrind. This is actually a regrind to make a thinner grind. MS is Micah Sontag. He's a well-known guy on the Facebook groups. I think also on Instagram, but I'm not sure. But he, is one of the trusted sources for regrinds on these knives. And this is one of his regrinds. Let me tell you guys, this cuts through things like a laser. Absolute laser. This also has a Lynch clip on it. So you've got the Lynch clip, you've got the customized scales, you've got flamed hardware. I think this is flamed hardware in order to get at this bronzish color. And then you've got this bronze titanium clip. And the scales. I'm sorry, the scales weren't $109. It was $109 for the scales and the clip together. That's what the guy had told me. Okay, fine. So $109 for the scales and the clip together. And then he's got the flamed hardware on here. You've got the K390. Those normally go for $200 or so by themselves. And then you've got this regrind, which is usually pretty expensive. All of that would normally run well over $300, probably well over $350. I'm going to, especially on secondary prices, I'm going to list this at $250. Again, $250 for this. If you're interested in buying this, email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next knife is a Paramilitary 2. We've got a bunch of Spydercos, by the way, right to start this off. This is the Paramilitary 2 in Maximate. These are Flytanium G10 scales. So you got Flytanium G10 scales on here. And you've got, like I said, the Maximate. These Maximate ones generally run, I think, around $200. The condition on here, I would say, is like new with some very slight patina on it. Maximate does patina. But that is what we got here. And this has great action on that. As you can see, that just drop shot action. And there you go. So these Flytanium scales are actually pretty comfortable. As you can see, they're contoured a little differently than the normal scales. And it really feels much nicer in hand to have those contoured scales. So these are, like I said, the Maximate. I have the original Maximate scales, by the way. I believe on this. No, I think I do. And I've got the, this will come with the Flytanium scales and the regular scales, and normally they're $200 just for the just for the PM2 without the scale, without the Flytanium scales. The Flytanium scales I think run around $60. So normally these are going to be about $260. I'm just going to be charging about $200 for this. All right, next one is one that people usually fall head over heels for, which is the Spyderco Slysz Bowie, or as Nick Shabazz would say, Swish Bowie. So this is the Knife Joy version in M390 and the contour titanium. It is carried. As you can see, there's some very light carry marks on here. You're going to get them if you carry it. It is carried, but it is not carried extensively. I would say in condition, 8.5 to 9 out of 10. But the action on this is excellent. Guys, the edge on this, and it really is nice in hand. Having that contour really makes a big difference. These I've seen online. You guys know the prices on these are all over the place on the secondary market. You can't buy them new right now. And the prices are all over on the secondary market for these. I've seen them go everywhere from every once in a while you'll see one from maybe, $450-ish or whatever. But I've seen them go as high as $550, $575. The regular ones obviously go for like $700, $800. I think that's crazy. But I'm going to be listing this one for $450, so I can be on the lower end of that pricing. And you know, if anyone's interested, again, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next knife. This is the Spyderco Manix 2, but this is customized. So this is a sprint run. This is the S90V and Peel-Ply carbon fiber here. It also has a backspacer from Shepherd CC or Shepherd Customs. So this is a blue G10 backspacer. And Shepherd also gave it a crown spine. So this does not have a, you know, Spyderco normally does these hard edge spines on most of their knives, especially the ones out of Golden, Colorado, which is what this is out of. But this gives it a nice crown spine, and I think that is an excellent touch. I mean, it really made a lot of difference on this knife as far as just the feel. Feels very nice. This also has the titanium, the Flytanium titanium cage right here. So normally it comes with the plastic cage, but this is the titanium cage, and that makes a huge difference in the knife as well. I believe I have the original cage if you guys would like. I don't think it's in the box right now, so if you do want it, let me know. I'll have to go rifling around for it. But I'm pretty sure I have the original cage as well. But you guys really won't want it anyway, because this cage is awesome. So this one normally goes for, I think, about 200-ish on the secondary. You've got a backspacer on here. You've got the Flytanium on here. I think I've seen it from this between about 200 and 225. You get the crown spine. You know, I'm going to list this for 200 with all of the upgrades here. So you're basically getting all the upgrades for the price of what everyone else would charge for just a regular knife. So that is, I think that's a pretty good deal. All right, next up. Spyderco Smock. This has a couple things. This is Flytanium scales. This is flame anodized, I guess. This was not done by me. This was done, I think it might have even been done by Kyle Lanfear, Red Wolf EDC. It's possible. This used to be his knife, I'm pretty sure. I didn't get it directly from him, but I think I got it from somebody who got it from him. So, yeah, this has the second detent ball taken out. I don't think I have the second detent ball. People take it out because what they want to do is be able to push the button down and flick the knife out. If the second detent ball is there, you cannot do that. What ends up happening is if you push it down, nothing will happen. Taking the detent ball out allows it so when you push this down, you can go ahead and wrist flick the knife out. So it makes it a little bit more fidgety, and this also comes with a lynch clip here. So, you know, you get the lynch clip there as well. So titanium lynch clip, titanium scales. I do not think that I have the original scales for this, but I can't remember. If I do, I'll include them. But I think it's $175 for the base smock. These scales are like $89, and the lynch clip usually runs, you know, I think, what is it, like $24? So, you know, this is easily $300 in stuff here, and I'm gonna list this for $235. Again, if you want it, contact me, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up is the GiantMouse Ace Grand. These go in and out of stock constantly. I do not know if these are in stock right now. They go for $195 when they're in stock. I've listed this last time at $175. I'm going to do a price drop to $170. You know, I've seen them go for over $200 when they're out of stock. If they are out of stock, this is going to be a pretty good deal. You know, if they're in stock, still a decent deal. This is very, very lightly used, just for some, you know, review purposes. This has very, very nice action on here. It just feels great. The Spidey flick on here is really strong. The detent is awesome on this one. So very happy with the detent. And one thing I really love about this knife, by the way, is the placement of the jimping. Because a lot of knives have the jimping way back here, and I want to put my thumb up here. But for me, when I put my thumb up here, I've got it right on the jimping where I want it, and I can go ahead and, you know, do all my my cutting that I want to do. Love the fact that it's on there. Comes with the wire clip. So great. This is a green micarta, by the way. So that's the price on it, $170. Let's do again, if you want it, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up, Microtech Dirac Delta. So these are sold out everywhere, and a lot of people are clamoring for them. I see In Search Of posts all the time in the Microtech groups for these, so people are definitely seeking them out. This is obviously Microtech's answer to the Infidel, with the placement of the button over here. And, this definitely has a more premium feel than the Infidel, which is great. So, very, very nice knife. It also, this is the battle-worn one, so in case you're wondering why this looks so used. So this is actually the battle-worn finish, right? This is not heavily used. This is actually fairly lightly used, but this is the battle-worn finish. That's what the battle-worn finish looks like. So this is also the apocalyptic finish on the blade, and you can see the blade on here, Dirac Delta dual edge. Let me see, what is it? M390. Yeah, so we got M390 steel on here. These run 353 new. I've seen them going for 400-ish online. I don't want to do that to you guys, so I'm just going to list it for 350. Obviously, if you guys see other posts out there that are, I didn't see any posts that were under 350, but if you do, let me know. I'll try to be reasonable. So that's what I'm asking on this. Again, 350 triple.e.edc@gmail.com. This is an automatic, by the way, so know your local knife laws. Another automatic, the Microtech Ultratech. So this one actually is truly brand new in box. I've never carried, never used this. So why haven't I done that? This is a review channel. Because I've had plenty of other Ultratechs, and I have one that I have that's a user. This one I bought because it just looks so damn good. This OD green and bronze combination, I absolutely love this combination. But the truth is I've got so many knives, and I have a user Microtech Ultratech, so I don't need this, and I sort of need the funds more than I need the knife. So someone will definitely appreciate this absolutely gorgeous knife, and so I'm putting it up for sale. Again, it's truly brand new in box. The Ultratech is $316 normally, and I'm going to be selling this for $285. All right, next up we got the Olamic Rainmaker. I love this knife. Okay, this is one of the knives that's a keeper in my collection. So why am I selling this? Because I have two. Okay, this is actually like a one that was made for an employee with a compound grind. So that's the one that I'm going to be keeping. But this is an excellent example of it. You have the 5 speed holes here, the harpoon blade right here, which I love the look of the harpoon blade. You have that nice, like, glassy Olamic action, the action. It feels really nice and smooth, like really nice and smooth on these. And the detent on this, I mean, check out this action, like just how hard this hits, right? That thing flies out of there. I like the Rainmaker quite a bit, and think it's a pretty underrated knife, in its price range on the market. But these actually don't have the best secondary values. So I think the original price on these is $545. So I'm going to be asking $415. So it's significantly lower than the original price. But somebody's going to get a deal on this. And it just really is a beautiful action on this knife. It has a choil here, by the way, you can choke up. And when you choke up and use that harpoon as a thumb rest, you really get a superb grip on this knife. In any event, again, this is going for $415, and email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next up, we have a pretty hot knife right now, which is the Monterey Bay Knives Slayback. So this is Laconico design. This is a really cool knife. This blade is so sick. Check out that you know, that I don't know if that's a Hamon line or it's the line where the two steels meet. So this is ZDP 189 on the cutting edge, and you've got a stainless steel. I forgot which stainless steel they put around this, but they've got a stainless steel on the outside of it. I think it might be 440, but I'm not sure. You guys can correct me in the comments. But what matters here is we got that ZDP 189 in the middle, which is a really, really nice hard steel that you get. And this thing is just beautiful with that line there. And it's got, it just really has a very nice Wharncliffe edge. I love Wharncliffes. Guys, I really love Wharncliffes. And the grind on this is just so sick. Absolutely love the grind on this. This has, you know, that Monterey Bay knives action that you've come to love. It's a liner lock and has, you know, their nice action. Has Ray Laconico on the blade. Yeah, beautiful knife. These run for $190. They're sold out right now. So if you want one, this is probably one of the only places you can get one right now. So again, these are $190. I just want what I'm asking what I paid for it since they're out of stock everywhere, which is $190. So $190 is the price on this. Next up, another Monterey Bay knife, the Monterey Bay Knives Turbo. This is a Casey design, and you know, you can see Casey right here. Really feels nice in hand. You have some contouring on this titanium. You have a flat right here with some contoured edges, beautifully contoured edges. This comes in a regular titanium and a DLC titanium. So this is DLC coated titanium, DLC coated blade. You know, this is just a beautiful, beautiful blade. It really feels nice in the hand, this one, you know, just has a really nice, useful blade shape here. A lot of flat and then a little bit of belly at the edge. A little bit, you know, really kind of classic drop point shape with a little bit of swedge here. Just very attractive knife overall. And again, you get that really nice action. I mean, really check out that action, right? Beautiful action. So, I didn't get that. Apparently Siri wanted to join the conversation. So that is going to be, those are $230 new with the DLC. I'm going to list this for, let's see what I had this down for, $195. These are still in stock, so I'm going to drop the price on these to $195. Next up, we have something that also you can only really get here. The Gareth Bull designed, we manufactured drop Miura. So this one is not one that I saw myself selling, but I just don't carry it, and I shouldn't be holding on to knives that I don't carry. Why don't I carry this? I don't know. It's an awesome knife. I just have too many knives. Yeah, so this has a little bit of wear on the pocket clip because I have carried it. So you see a little bit of wear on the edge there. Well, let me show that. A little bit of wear on the edge and a little bit of wear here from carry. So you definitely can feel comfortable, you know, carrying this. This is a front flipper with absolutely beautiful action. I mean, look how small this blade is, meaning that there's not much weight to it, and yet it still like drops just like that with absolutely solid lockup. This thing is so smooth on the action. It has just this really nice slim profile, really useful drop point blade here, really well designed, right? And this is an excellent summer carry because it is so light. The carbon fiber makes it light. The liners are titanium. That makes it light. You get a titanium clip. That makes it light. I believe they did some milling on the inside of here. Can't see. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it's really light, so I can't really see. It's possible they didn't. But yeah, this thing is very light. And this was a one-time drop on drop.com, or Mass Drop, I think it's called. No, it was Mass Drop originally, now it's drop.com. So this was a one-time drop on there, and it hasn't been back. If you like front flippers and you really enjoy smooth knives, you need this knife. Okay, this is a really nice knife. So I've seen these going for $280-ish to $350-ish online. I don't know what the original price was on these, but I've seen it, all over the place price-wise. I'm going to list it at the bottom range of that, $280. So $280 on that, on the drop Miura. All right. Next up, we have the Tuyaknife Envy 2.0. This is one of my favorite value knives. I mean, it feels like a much higher end knife, and the action on it is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Very, very smooth action on this, right? Just great action. My finger was even on the lock bar for that one. And the detent on this is nice and crisp and perfect. You have a really nice satin grind over here. I believe this one is hand satin too. Yeah, this one I believe is hand satin. And most of the ones on the market are not hand satin. Most of them are machine satin. This has a nice compound grind. It has a hollow grind here and then a flat grind on the edge over here. Just an excellent, excellent knife overall. And, but one of those knives that is a little too small. It's a little bit smaller than what I normally carry. So it's not something that gets carried as much as I would like to, because I usually carry something with a little bit larger of a blade. These ran originally, I think about $250. The hand satin one, I believe, was around $280. It's hard to find pricing on what that was originally. But I think before they went out of stock, they dropped them to about $230. But now they're out of stock, and I haven't seen anywhere that's carrying them. So this seems to be out of stock everywhere. So Tuyaknife Envy, I'm listing at $200. So that way I can be below all of those pricing and try to give you guys a deal here. Next up, we have the Cold Steel 8015. So this is obviously Cold Steel's version of the 8015. Demko's knives are really hot right now, obviously. The 8020 is all the rage, but don't forget about the 8015. Really cool concept. You move this bar in order to move this up and out, and then you move it back like this. And it's a really cool concept on how that works. Keeps your hand out of the way of the blade, and also keeps really good, firm tension on this, and it's really solid lockup. Just an overall excellent knife. This thing goes. This one sort of fluctuates in price. It can go anywhere from I think around $130-ish online. Up to $150. I've seen, some versions of it are around the $200 mark, depending on which website you're on. And so I'm going to list this at $120. $120. And I'll just sort of give you a once over of the knife. Sorry. And Cold Steel puts great edges on their knives. All right, next up we have the Hoback A15 Slimline. This is a beast. Let me go ahead and put this up next to a knife most people should know, the Para 3. And we'll also do a size comparison with the Paramilitary 2, just to show you guys how big this thing is. So this is, I think, based off the Husky, or the Husky is based off this one. Basically, this is a slimmer version, I think, of the Husky. The Husky is like double, 1.5 times as thick or something. But this is a thinner version. This is still a beast of a knife. It has a captured pivot here. It has that Hoback rolling detent on it. So it has really nice smooth action, USA made. Really nice titanium on this, and I love when they do this, the blade where it's this monochromatic color scheme of I guess stonewashed titanium over here, and a stonewashed blade that matches the titanium. It's just a beautiful way to do it. You got that Hoback clip over here. Comes in a really nice presentation box. Really, really just a cool knife. These go normally for $575 new. I am going to be listing this one at $450. So again, if you're interested in this one, triple.e.edc@gmail.com, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. And again, this one's $450. Next up, we have another Hoback, but this one is the really popular one. This is the Hoback Sumo. So this is the fidget dream. This is the one that everyone talks about as being the fidget dream. It really is a very fidgety knife. So if you're a fidgeter, this knife is a great knife to own if you haven't checked it out. So it is a button lock, so you get the nice fidgeting from the button lock. This is one of those knives that just has a million ways to deploy it. You can use the the indentation of the blade there, the fuller or whatever. You can use the thumb stud here to open it. You can use the thumb stud down below to open it. Whoops, sorry, that was my finger on that. There we go. You can use the thumb stud down below. You can use this thumb stud here. Whoops, that was the thing. This thumb stud here. You can use the Spidey flick on the fuller. That's my favorite way to deploy it, is the Spidey flick on the fuller. Really nice there. You've also got this right here, right? The flipper tab. So you got flipper tab here as well. The detent on this is really dialed in nicely for all those different methods of flipping. I really have to say, because when you have different amounts of pressure on there, and you have to dial in the detent just perfectly in order to make that happen. The purple ano on this is just it's stunning. I'm not a big purple ano guy, but I love the purple ano on here. You got a nice captured pivot here, just like on the other one. This has been seen a little bit of carry. I think you can see one carry mark over here, and maybe another one on the edge over here. But for the most part, this is in really good shape. I will point out, just so you're aware of it, the pocket clip is a little funky because it rides the edge of the knife rather than being in the middle, and it has sort of this point right here. For me, so I'll show you. For me, it folds right in here and doesn't really bother me, but or at least not to the extent that some other people have commented. But it is just something to be aware of. Full disclosure that the clip there it works for me, but I don't know if it'll work for everyone. So yeah, but this is a great, real nice fidgety knife. The quality is really, really good on this. USA made. Just the titanium, the build quality. This is a well-built knife, guys. So these go for $550 normally, and they're sold out everywhere. You can't get them right now. So I'm going to list this for $485. You want to get it? Get in contact with me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Next is the showpiece knife of the year for ZT, which is the ZT 0762. This is here you'll see it's CPM 20 CV, and it has the double detent system and still has really nice action regardless of the fact that it has that double detent system. This is really light, guys. If you're looking for a full-size knife that is really light, like the handle just feels so light. It is carbon fiber. It is milled out in the middle. You've got titanium that is also milled out in the middle significantly with lots of holes, which means that like the handle just has very little weight to it. One thing I say is the balance on here probably is a little, the balance on here is about by the pivot because the handle's so light. But you really feel very nice in here. The thumb sort of locks into that spot, and you can get really nice work with this knife as a result. The action on this feels nice. It has a sort of bearing ZT action everyone knows and loves, which is great. These are $340 brand new. This one is going to be, like I said, $340 brand new. This one is $265 is what I'm listing it for, $265. So if you're interested, triple.e.edc@gmail.com, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Oh, one more thing to note on this. This was submitted for a warranty claim. What happened was I took this apart just to lube it up and clean it and everything like that. And I forgot to put back in the stop pin. There was a stop pin in here. Was it this one? Where is that? Stop pin right there. Yeah. So I forgot to put in the stop pin, and as a result, when I tighten this, it actually split the carbon fiber on this scale. So I sent it in for warranty. They put a brand new scale on it, so it shouldn't affect you at all. I just wanted to mention that that scale is not the original scale that was on the knife. Kershaw has an excellent warranty. They just came and put a new scale on it, and it's completely brand new. I checked it over. There's no more splits on it or anything like that. It is really, really good to go. I just wanted to be full disclosure. All right, next up we have a couple fixed blades. We have the Spyderco Bradley Bowie. So this obviously has been carried, as you can see. The sheath has some carry marks on it. I'm going to sort of move them around in the light so you can see. If you're planning, this is a knife you should buy to use. It is an excellent knife in hand, an excellent knife to use. It's called a Bowie knife. I don't know that this is really truly a Bowie knife, but it really has, the G10 on this is exquisite. It feels excellent. Whatever Spyderco did to finish this, and I think this is from their Taiwan, yes, this is from Taichung, so that's why the finishing is so good on this. The finishing on this is excellent. The steel on this is PSF 27, which is not a steel you see a lot, but it is a steel, that's really nice. This is a little bit of gunk, actually, because I have used this, but I'll go ahead and clean that up before I send it out. But this otherwise has, it's not showing a ton of wear. I would say it's in like new condition. The knife itself, the sheath obviously has been scratched up a little bit, but the knife itself is pretty much in like new condition, has the original edge. And the choke up on here is excellent, guys. Look how close you get to the edge. Really comfortable. The handle itself is excellent, really comfortable. Look at that blade shape. It's just an excellent blade shape. It has, it's straight, but has like a slight lean to it, like almost like it wants to be a recurve. So it really is great for any sorts of outdoor tasks that you might have. It's also good for if you have handheld foods. I wouldn't say you're going to use it in the kitchen to because it's not the right shape for that. But for handheld foods, peeling and and chopping in your hand is great. Whittling, I've done some whittling with this, and the edge held up great. Stropped it fantastic. So. This knife, these run, I don't even know what the original price is on these, to be honest, because when I looked on one website, they were $250. I looked on another website, they were $300. I'm going to list this at $200, because I think that's a more fair price. So I'm going to list this at $200, as I said. Again, if you're interested in this, triple.e.edc@gmail.com, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. And the last knife, guys, I know this has been a long video. The last knife is a beauty, guys. This is from Nightwatch Knives. So Nightwatch Knives is, I think it's Alex Harrison that makes these knives, and he does an excellent job. DLT sells these. They have really cool designs, really, really nice knives, good heat treat, and just beautiful specimens. The sheaths, he also makes the sheaths. As you can see, these are what the sheaths look like. This is the Nightwatch Knives Ajax, and this has sort of like the vulcanizing on the steel, which is beautiful. Check that out. I love it when fixed blades do this. I mean, I like it when any type of blade does this, but I love this look on fixed blades. And you can see the fuller here. I think it's mostly cosmetic, but it's a hollow ground fuller, and it really, really sets off the knife well. It looks amazing. There's the maker's mark there. I believe these are Nitro V steel, and these are great in hand, absolutely great in hand. The choke up on here is awesome, and the handle is excellent. I believe the handle on here is black canvas micarta. I will double check that for you with brass pins. But I believe that's what the handle was on this. Yeah, this is just a really, really nice knife. I'm sorry to see this one go. I just have so many fixed blades right now that I'm not using, so I'm going to have to let some of them go. This is, like I said, absolutely beautiful here. The finishing on this is great. I think there was one issue with this that I just want to point out, which is, yeah, so see there. So see that right there. So this is original, the blade, but you can see how here, you know, the line is great, right? It's perfect. So here, it's like it just nicked the sander, or the grinder belt, I should say. It looks like it just nicked the grinding belt, and has a little nick right there. Just be aware of that. These are 400 originally. They are still available, but only in combinations without the the vulcanized blade here. So if you want this one, this is probably going to be the only place that you're going to be able to find one, at least easily. And I think I'm going to try. I lost my pricing, guys. My computer died. I think what the price I had on this for was $350. So $350. triple.e.edc@gmail.com, triple.e.edc@gmail.com. All right, that's going to do it for the knife sale. Again, guys, for each knife you buy, you are going to get an entry to win one of these two knives, and it'll be your choice. So thank you guys so much. Again, interested in any knives, want to make an offer, want to make a full price offer, partial offer, whatever it is. Even trade offers I will take. I don't favor trade offers, I favor sales. But I will take trade offers. You can email me at triple.e.edc@gmail.com. Thanks again, guys.